In 6 feet tall, 222 pounds. Will is in the building. How we feeling today?
What's up, man? I'm happy to be here. Well, they say blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Tony, Tony gonna be joining us here in about 5-10 minutes. Um, oh, this is my phone going. I was like, we got a lot to talk about today. We got a Views 10-year anniversary. We got the Michael is in theaters. A lot of good stuff to talk about today, man. It's gonna be a fun episode. Let's start it off how we always do. Who you been listening to this week?
Ooh. Oh yeah, because we didn't do rapper of the week last week, right? Because it was the draft strain.
Correct. Yeah, we went straight into the
So
draft coverage.
my rapper of the week for this week, which would have been my rapper of the week last week, is my guy Joe LQ. Um, Dope rapper. He been putting out a lot of music recently, but he been rapping for years. It's actually one of the guys who I worked with back in like my McDonald's days. He
Oh shit,
kind
you
of
got a real local.
no, but he like really on the he on the. I don't know if y'all seen like the little thing, the little shirt that I posted, the merch or whatever that I posted from him. But he actually did a show Friday. He opened up for Jizza. So
Okay.
that was in the city. I think over the last couple of months he had a feature with King Louis. And for those who don't know, King Louis was kind of one of the pioneers of like the drill era in Chicago.
I
He
remember you
did
was
just
talking about him.
yeah, so he did just have a new. He just dropped a new song also called Floor to Ceiling. And that's Joel Q I'm talking about still. Joel Q dropped a new song called Floor to
Mm-hmm.
Ceiling. So that's my rapper of the week. He been doing this. He been doing this thing for a little while now. It was funny because he had some merch that he posted like a couple weeks ago. So I hit him up. Well, I didn't even hit him up. I think I just went on there and bought it. Like he posted the
Okay.
link or whatever for some merch that he was selling. It was like t-shirts. So I went in there and ordered me a shirt, and I had hit him up because a couple weeks went by. I'm like, hey, when these shirts shipping out? I think it said like 2 to 4 weeks, and it was like I think I gave it like 5 weeks, and I had to remind myself. I'm like, shit, did I order this shirt or not? So then I hit him up. I hit him in the DM or whatever, and he was like, he hit me back. He like, yeah, I'm gonna drop it off to you, whatever, whatever. So then when I got the shirt, he had a little note up in there. He was like, yeah, still my favorite manager. So I forgot about this story. So he had wrote down about one time we was in there, and I can't remember what he had going on, but he was trying to leave work early, and I
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I told him, I'm like, shit. I was like, because he was telling everybody he rapped, but we could never get him to rap. So I'm like, yeah, if you want to leave work early, you can rap. And I'm like, if that shit hard, if that shit hard, I'm gonna let you leave.
Hey, nigga says
So
you want to leave 15 early, spit a 16, a
and
minute per
listen,
bar.
and he killed that shit
Hey,
though.
that's just
And it's funny because I always remember because like number one, the verse was super dope. Like even at the time of me hearing it, but it was he had did like a cover of the closer, like the closer to my dream shit that Drake did, which of course I know
mm-hmm.
Drake, that ain't Drake's song originally. Of course Drake had that sample or whatever, but he freestyled over that at the time, and that shit was dope. But yeah, he been dropping shit over the years though. He dope, and like I said, he kind of, it seemed like from what I'm seeing now, he getting like some real motion up under him. So I think that's super dope. Shout out to my nigga Joel Q.
Hey, no, shout out to him. I've been on a real R&B week, so that I'm not paying for him, but like that, the fact we have an Usher Chris Brown tour exist is crazy as fuck. Um, so I'm listening to a lot of R&B the last couple of weeks. Obviously Chris Usher, LMA is one of my favorite R&B artists out. Um, she dropped the same day Cole did. I listened to her before Cole. I fuck with Cole. Cole's my guy, but I got priorities. Um, but so it's been a lot. Like it's not even like one person. It's just been a lot of R&B the last 2 weeks. So like I said, Chris, Usher, a lot of LMA. I'm really hyped though. Like, and I know I keep bringing them up, but it's just because I'm excited they back. But like, I actually have like faith now in this whole SOBRB reunion. Like, Kyo's been putting out clips. Like, if they are not, They're their own worst enemy. If they not trying to fuck with each other, then like they good money, and like they're great together. And To is, I don't know if I would call him R&B because nothing he sings is like even slightly romantic, but he does sing. He'll threaten you, but he'll do it in like a nice singing voice.
It ain't gotta be romantic to be R&B though.
I don't know. He a little too violent in my opinion to be if we going with that. Like he a little too violent to cross over. Like you remember the videos they used to post where it'd be like it was like a trend where niggas would just literally they were basically just like singing raps and they were just basically singing about shooting and killing niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like that's pretty much like what he does, but in like a non-satirical way. And I'm just like, shit's fire. But so I'm excited as fuck for that at some point later this year. Yeah, I don't got a rapper of the week. It's been a lot of R&B, and if I'm gonna promote out of any of them, I'm gonna put Ella up there. She's been one of my favorites, even if she talks too much on an album. She lets a song stop and then she sit there and talks 30 seconds before the next song starts. But hey, man, every artist got their thing.
You don't like Ella Mai voice?
You say what?
You don't like Ella Mai voice? You don't like her voice?
I love Ella Mai voice. I said I'm on record. I don't know if I said it on mic. I don't know if I said it on a microphone or if I said it in a text message, but I'm just like, she was the one I brought up. I was like, hey, you ever just like fall in love with somebody just off their voice? Like you just hear them talk and it's like, you already there? I don't remember if I said that on a microphone or if that was a text, but I'll say it on either. So
you might have
shout out to her. You might
have said it in the text. We're going to have to see what a word now.
That is 2 minutes till she off. She work regular hours. Oh, no,
I said regular hours. It's 7 o'clock, but I had to remember. It's like 5 o'clock. She
I was gonna say, I'm like, it ain't 7. If it's 7 o'clock here, I'll lose my mind. Now 7 o'clock here, you start hearing her bang on the door. She was start telling me to end this shit.
Shout out to her, man, for running the tight ship.
Hey, look, man.
Somebody got to keep niggas in check.
Nah, that's a fact. Hey, with that being said, joining us, standing 6'2", 215 pounds. Tony is in the building. How we feeling? I'm gonna get you drafted as a receiver. I know the draft's over, but like we either got receiver or like do niggas even play point guard no more, or is there just like a guard?
We can't hear you.
Mike was off because it was too outrageous. You gonna get me drafted as a receiver?
As a receiver or a guard?
You're 6'9".
Yeah, but niggas know. What was I?
Man, that nigga 6'9", pigeon-toed and knock-kneed.
What they say we should pass that?
They said that about a cat.
I'm glad you said that actually, because it's reminded me of this. Because I was listening to Colin earlier, and Colin put up his 6 most unique players in NBA history, right? And Kareem was one of them. And he's just like, nobody, like Kareem got a shot, nobody still does it to this day. And it reminded me when I was practicing, I got to practice with the varsity my summer of sophomore year, right? Farthest I ever made it was actually playing in JV summer games, but I got to practice with the varsity, which is basically just the coach letting varsity bust our ass and get some confidence, but neither here nor there. So, and this is like old school basketball. So this is 2009, right? And so it's before practice. You just like, yeah, I'm going to get up shots. Niggas don't care where you shoot from, not supposed to. So I try shooting a couple threes. I don't make any of them. Coach sits there, grabs the ball, slams that bitch down in front of me like mad as hell. Is like, you never gonna shoot this. Go over there and go practice some post moves. This nigga tells me to practice.
To the basket, nigga.
He told me practice a hook shot. It was me and another dude. I have no idea why. Like, and again, I am not like, no one's confusing me with like the greatest athlete in the world, but nothing is more humiliating than trying hook shots. Bro, that shit is so damn hard for like, it seems so simple and like nobody's done it. And like, not just me, like NBA niggas don't do it either, but it was just like, we sat there and did like 30 hook shots. I think we made like 2 of them. Like, it was a bad day, man.
Hey, Tony,
it was a bad day.
We was a jump shot away from saying, fuck these microphones.
Somehow, some way, we were still going to end up on these microphones.
After Justin retired.
Look, I tried, man.
After his
I
body
tried.
broke down because he was
One
all
year-
he was
1
doing
year.
was crashing out.
That is crazy though, because like you would be Joel Embiid minus the MVPs.
You know, I
And
got
the
to find this. So
accolades.
I just get the
The
injuries.
Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, minus all of that shit.
Nigga said I'm just gonna be out there hobbled on the court.
You would have been like when I say you would have been Joel Embiid, I mean like injured first 2 seasons of your career.
Oh. Hey, but they keep me. You get paid anyway. So like they keep you on the roster. Like you still get paid.
I mean, not where you was gonna be, not where you would have been drafted. But
What that matter when you back of the second round?
that's
When you a two-way.
I'm the pick that Bronny stole. But niggas was upset because
You wish.
Niggas like me ain't get a chance. Hey yo,
the 63rd pick. 2012 NBA draft.
hey, no lie. That's like, it's a
The
cliche
San
joke, but
Diego
it's one of my.
Sunrays select
Hey
Justin.
nigga, hold up.
Whatever the fuck y'all G League team name is.
One of my favorite memes always after draft is like they take a nigga who's like was a notable college player, but people knew weren't gonna go pro anyway. Like this year was Diego, and they was like they showed us like Diego waiting for the 8th round to start. This nigga just looking at all his hats. I'm like, damn. Imagine telling your family like, ah, don't worry, they got round 8, they gonna get me. Like
Diego Pavia.
Raven, 3-year deal.
That's fake. That shit fake. That shit is fake.
He got the Evan Neal contract. Nigga got a no guarantee. Oh man, who you been listening to this week, Tony?
And fuck rap. Like fuck all that this week. Like that don't matter this week. It's too much serious shit going on. Fuck all that.
I picked an R&B. I was like, I ain't have a rapper to go through. Will picked a nigga who used to work at McDonald's with.
Shout out to
Like-
Joel Q.
So, oh man, oh shit. Excuse me. I mean, nigga said fuck rap. My first topic's about rap. Or do we want to start with the album, or do we want to start with Michael? How we want to start today?
It's up to you, host.
Let's start with Michael. I feel like Michael's a slightly shorter conversation. I'm gonna go see it on Sunday. I say go see it. I'm not watching it in the theaters, but I'm gonna see it Sunday, and then I don't pay for none of that shit. Like I don't. This is why my shit was slow last week on the draft. But I'm gonna see Michael.
That's
Will,
why
have you
we
seen
was
it yet?
out here looking like you was running your shit from a tin can, cause you too cheap to goddamn. You know what? You know what, man?
I didn't
what?
have it on.
Yeah,
No,
low
see,
budget.
no. What I found out is last week I found out because I got a new modem the other day. I made them replace it because the one I had some issues. Because I was watching that bitch just on my
Bullshit.
phone, no Wi-Fi. So my shit, like, do I look like a tin can right now?
Not as much.
Okay. So they had to come.
480.
They had
Early
They had to-
2000s content.
niggas said 480. Talking about. Never mind. So I had density new modem, but I was watching that shit just off my phone, no Wi-Fi. Like my phone was raw dogging that shit. So that wouldn't have interfered with the stream. And now people sending me messages.
It's the popularity over here.
It's what do you call it? So you've seen it? Well, have you seen Michael?
No. Last Michael
All right.
Jackson, y'all saying had Flex Washington.
I saw what is it? This Is It? I think I saw. I think I saw.
You know you black as hell because you called him Flex Washington for 101. That nigga name is Flex Alexander. You a nigga for real. I respect the
Shout out
shit
to
out of
that
that.
Long as we know his name, Flex.
Very true.
Yeah, I saw. Okay,
Or Mike,
so I had
or
to-
Mike Jack, whatever you want to call him.
Did y'all watch This Is It? The documentary in 09?
The documentary before Michael Jackson died. No, I did not watch that grim shit.
I mean, look, man, it's
I'm not really a documentary. I ain't into
it's.
like.
I'll tell you this: this is a horrible idea for a date. Like it was like the wrong movie to take somebody to.
You took a
You
bitch to
took a
see
little white
Michael
hoe.
Jackson's "This Is It" on a date.
You took one of those white women to see Michael Jackson.
You know she was white too.
She,
That's
nah,
like
this,
How
no,
much you-
that
She wasn't
I
on.
Go ahead,
bet
go ahead,
I
Justin.
bet you everything might carry that she was not white. No, this one was Middle Eastern.
Come on, my nigga. Go on with your story.
Hey, listen.
What?
Listen, listeners. If you see Justin talking to a black woman, she's showing them where the non-black women are.
I got a sister. I talked to her earlier. I talked to her yesterday.
My best friend's black. That was the equivalent to my best friend is black. You are
Look,
hell.
man,
You are hell.
my elementary school had 3 black people in it. And depending
You
how
was
y'all
2
feel
of
about
them?
me, we my sister, we was 2 of them. And so we had one other
Golly.
one. And we had one Chinese family. Everybody else is white as hell. I can't go back and change like where I grew up at. Like this was just like this is my circumstances. Like y'all got beef, y'all go take it up with Slim. Tell that nigga do better next time.
I would not.
How
be
was
talking to
Slim?
your father.
How you go blame him?
Look, man. Anyway, how was Michael, Tony? Never. How was Michael?
Michael it was a good time, man. It was a great performance by Jafar Jackson. Can think of the movie when you see it however you want. That's up to whoever's watching it. Like if you know a lot about Michael Jackson or his life and you're expecting a certain movie, that's on you. If you don't know shit about Michael Jackson and you want to learn more about Michael Jackson, that's also on you because that's not what this is about. This is about Joe Jackson, bad guy, Michael Jackson, hit records. That's the movie in a nutshell. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I have no issue with that. If I wanted to see a real Michael Jackson story, the American Dream been there for fucking 30 years. I would just go watch that anytime. Like I don't really care. So, yeah, Michael it was a good time though. It was a good time.
The better than this is it. Um. oh, oh man. What would you say to the people? I want to kind of some generic Michael Jackson stuff too. Is so one of the things I heard people say like basically like it was a PR movie. Like it was basically meant to say like yo put Michael in this light, and put Joe in another. Do you think that was? I don't really think you got to change the opinion of Michael Jackson. Like the nigga's arguably the most famous man to walk the planet, and so people pretty much are set in stone how they feel about him anyway. But did you feel like it was a PR movie?
Hold on. Before you ask, I do got a question. And I don't even know if either one of y'all know. Is Joe Jackson still alive?
No, he died in 2018. I looked that up because I wasn't sure if he was. I knew he died, but I wasn't sure if it was recent or a while ago.
I felt, yeah, that's why I'm like, I felt like I remember him kind of checking up out of here. All right.
Is it a PR movie? Like all biopics that have the person or the family involved are PR movies. Like the only honest biopics that we have really gotten are the New Edition biopic and Bobby Brown's biopic. Like that's as close as we've gotten to like an honest story of the person. Every other biopic is a fluff piece. Like we don't really even gotta get into the straight out of Compton of it all. So it's like
Another failed date attempt.
Michael, don't piss me off.
I saw that shit twice.
Michael Jackson. Is the Michael Jackson movie a PR movie? Like, sure. But, I mean, his family was involved. They may be making a sequel. This movie essentially cuts off at a certain point. I'll let you guess what point that is, and then you could pick it up at other points if that's where they choose to go. If it is just this movie alone, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, it's any other biopic where the person or the people close to the person are involved. It's like that's why you'll never see a lot of biopics about certain people. Marvin Gaye, for example. Like you'll never see a Marvin Gaye biopic.
I don't know if I'm tripping. Does Prince have a biopic? Like,
He
am I
never
tripping?
will. He never
No,
will.
I don't think he would either. That's why I
He
was like,
never
when you
will.
like certain people you won't, I was like, bro, Prince won't even let you like play the same chord as him, and his estate goes after you for a song. It's like,
Yeah,
nah, nigga, Prince played that chord one time, like
the
copyright.
Princess State is blocked. What people say is the greatest documentary of all music documentary of all time, or at least greatest Prince documentary. They are blocking that from being released, so I highly doubt they'll ever do a biopic. And if they do, it'll be inauthentic. So it's just like, you know. But I mean, I could do what I was saying, a light skinned actor with his ass out and leather pants. That don't really that ain't for me
that,
to
don't, that,
see.
don't,
So, you
that
know.
don't move you to go buy tickets.
No. Prince is referenced in Michael. It's very funny.
I mean, it's the let me get this off my screen real quick before is somebody like Mike unlimited content? Like when you just live that kind of life where you are again, it was you saw the tweets and it was like people talking about just how famous he was, how big he was, the height of his music, and it was like one of the tweets was like because someone was comparing like, oh, Beyonce's as famous as Mike. Y'all don't want to talk about it, and the nigga said Mike is closer to Jesus than he is Beyonce. If it's we just talking about fame, like if and it is, it's like he was a different level of like everybody knew him on a way that we have not seen another, in my opinion. Like I don't even know
Mike
who's
was an
second.
enigma, man.
Like, but does that kind of life then breed like unlimited content? Like, would you expect this to be the last bit of the last Michael Jackson content we get?
They've been making Tupac stuff for
That's
30 years. Tupac died in 1996. There will never be a time where there isn't Michael Jackson like people like that. I was telling Erica this, like one of one individuals, they'll never stop being enough. They'll never stop being content about him, even though it should be. Like there shouldn't be new Michael Jackson shit that comes out. There shouldn't be new Tupac shit that comes out. There shouldn't be new name a person, whatever. Like at a point in time, these people have to rest, but because they were literal hubs for content to come out, for better or worse, there'll always be some shit coming out about them.
Are y'all big Michael Jackson fans?
Well, I was born in 1997, so I'm as
That
big of a Michael Jackson fan as I could be for a motherfucker born in '97. If that's what you mean. Like
Will you a bit?
I'm not wearing a red leather jacket for Halloween.
Will, would you consider yourself a big Michael Jackson fan?
Um, I would consider myself a fan. I don't know if I could say like I'm a legit fan, but it's like I don't know if I could say big fan because I know big fans and I know like the way they kind of go about it. So it's like I'm a fan of Michael Jackson now. I think it's for me. It's like my family listened to a lot of Mike Jack, so
I I guess that's because there's two main questions going to my mind when it comes to Michael. Is uh, a what age group do you think you'll finally start to see like that, like his fandom slowed down? So like Tony, you bring up 90, like you born in 97, right? So you can be as much of a Jackson fan as you are. It's gonna be different than somebody born in 79 or in the 80s. Like they're gonna keep Michael around for as however long people are willing to listen to him. But like he is still in this even post music career and obviously post passing. Like he is still one of the biggest artists ever and still out being listened to. When do you think that finally slows down for someone like him?
You mean when is Michael Jackson not looked at as Michael Jackson anymore?
Correct. Like as like we talk with sports, whereas like you can see the niggas that talk about like Michael Jordan, like he's Black Jesus, and like that will eventually slow down because the niggas that will have actually seen him live play live, that will just over time you'll have less and less of them. So he'll just become stories. Like
Those
you think that
those things will never stop for those types of people because the legend grows the legend grows the further you get away from it. It doesn't decrease the further you get. Like the legend, they become urban legends. Like in theory, we're old enough to have seen Michael Jordan play basketball. So
I
we
was four.
are
Nigga won his last
we
strip
are
ball.
at a point where, for us talking about Michael Jordan playing basketball based on just like highlights and shit like that, and kind of we had Kobe, so it's like we had the first generation of Michael Jordan.
Correct.
For as we get further along from that, we'll start talking about Michael Jordan like people talk about Wilt, but there'll be video evidence of Michael Jordan like busting ass.
How was that?
So they're like, when you tell a motherfucker like, hey, he played 82 games and he averaged 40
That's a myth.
points in March. Like shit like that are just like the legend just grows for those type of people. So it'll be the same thing for Michael Jackson. Like we talk about Michael Jackson in that way damn near. Like that Super Bowl shit is
Bro,
the further we
nigga-
get away from that Super Bowl, and we already like 35 to 40 years away from it, away from that moment happening. The further we get away from that, and people like there'll be more Super Bowl halftime shows, and you refer back to that one, the first one of his kind. You're like, yeah, he just stood there. He just stood there for like 2 minutes, and motherfuckers just passing out all over the place, and they were like, what? like damn, he had it like that. Like yeah, he had it like that.
Nah, shit is the same.
And you won't ever see nothing like that again.
Ever, because fame isn't the same. So
Yeah,
it's
not
like,
like-
Oh yeah.
And that was kind of what I was gonna say. The famous people aren't viewed the way that they were viewed back then.
Nah, because you had to be.
He
And
had a pet
this isn't
monkey.
anyone's.
who the fuck has a pet monkey?
He started that gangster shit.
He had an amusement park at his house. Like,
That part.
and they got a Ferris wheel, man.
He was doing all the shit as a kid. You said like, man, when I get rich, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what dog did.
Nah, it's a fact. And to the fame part of it is like, because you had to be, and I'm not just trying to sound like an old person, like being before the internet, when you had to be like real life famous, like niggas had to see you on a television, or niggas had to see you out at like a concert or a show or something like that, or like an event you went to go to. It is drastically different than being internet famous now, where like you could be a YouTuber or an influencer. Like, yeah, you might got 5 million followers. Mike literally had 5 million people like following him. Like this nigga could not go to normal places. Like he went to hotel, opened up the fucking blinds, and this nigga caused the whole fucking street to shut down because people just heard like, oh shit, Michael Jackson's here. Like it is a. Now no one should. Also, by the way, what I'm about to say, no one should be ever as famous as Michael Jackson again. Like it is a really warping life to just like you can't experience things even remotely normal because like
We don't know if Michael Jackson ever had a happy day. Like that's like you should never obtain that level of fame. It's a miserable life to live. I can only imagine.
yeah. I guess the other question is too with that is because this is the other thing I've heard is does the fame match like for him, I guess, does the fame match the discography? Meaning like there's people that like one of the questions going around this week is like, is he the greatest artist of all time? In my opinion, yes. I think it's hard to make an argument against him. So much so that like, and we're going to get into him in a little bit. When Drake said the line where he was like, oh, I'm one away from Michael, I'm like, you not. Like, I don't care what the fuck the charts say. Like, you don't have the records that he has. You don't have the discography that he has. Like, that's a fake stat, for lack of a better term. Does the output of Michael Jackson, the discography, match the level of fame that he got to and the star status he got to? Or do we, I'll ask the blasphemous question, do we overrate a little bit of his music? I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that it's my opinion. I'm just I am putting the sentiment out there that, you know, because Prince fans will tell you that, and Prince himself will tell you that, but that's.
I mean, nobody care. Like, come on,
I'm just asking, like,
Look, man, for
You got
Prince
Prince
had
fans, you got
great
Mike
records.
fans.
People love Prince, and I'm not even here to debate if Michael Jackson's music better than Prince. That is beyond my fucking age bracket. What I will say is one of the like Mike had a different it than Prince had. Prince had it, but Michael Jackson had a different type of it, and Michael Jackson's music lended itself to more of the mainstream than Prince's did. Like the numbers just say that. That's not even like
Hmm.
what I think personally. Like the numbers just lent itself to that. Michael Jackson had more behind him as far as like marketing and shit like that, to be able to push the music. But like that, the question of do we overrate Michael Jackson's music is like you damn near can't really even rate it properly because like it's a when he made it, it was such an like uh, only this guy is making this music, this type of music thing. Like
He
I don't know, but to answer the question, like we don't overrate it for sure. We definitely don't overrate it. Like those records play today amongst any age, and
Not a fact.
they'll get you moving. Like Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, Beat It, Thriller. You know, don't don't stop till you get enough. Like all of that. It's like that plays today. You could play that shit amongst 10-year-olds and they gonna be moving. You could play that shit amongst 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Like it's Michael Jackson, man.
Yeah, like I don't know if y'all ever seen. It's a little video on social media. It's a couple. I'm sure it's a couple of years old now, where it's like a little kid for Christmas. He got the little leather vest.
Hmm.
I
He
saw
got
that
the little,
video.
and I think I don't know if it was the Michael Jackson. And like as a kid, he getting like super excited, like doing all the moves, like know the Michael Jackson choreography.
Oh, you muted.
Oh shit, my bad. But you talking about like a kid that was younger than 10 years old that knew all the words and choreography to some Michael Jackson shit.
It's no, it's insane. It's the I'll ask the side part. What's Mike's best album?
I always said it was off the wall, but I probably would lean Thriller today. That may change next week, but today I'd probably lean Thriller. I probably lean Thriller today.
Yeah, it's Thriller for.
I mean, it's
And I mean, there's really no wrong answer.
no. There's definitely no wrong answer. And off the wall is great. I heard niggas who like I've never heard the take, but it's the internet, so niggas will say anything. Bad is exceptional. I don't. The idea that bad is better than off the wall or thriller is a little crazy to me. But you know, niggas made their choice. So like, it's I got. Look, man, you when
He
you
brought the vinyl out.
it, niggas don't even have like the runs on Mike's albums. If you just start looking at like 5 or 6 songs together, I had asked in the group text, so I'm just like, if you trying to go and he's literally the greatest hit maker of all time. Like he redefined what pop is. Like pop is now how close to Michael Jackson can you sound? And it's like where would like even stars of today like start to get their songs in his list of biggest hits? Like how far down the list before it's like, oh, I could squeeze in there. It's like the songs Tony mentions, like Pretty Young Things up there, like Thriller alone is would another artist get a song out in there? Like he's the greatest hit maker. Does it had an album? Is this a real thing, or is this just like a bunch of songs they threw together? This damn way, this is real. Hold up. Okay, yeah, they just threw songs on there. Okay, cool. Uh, I wasn't sure if that this is it really had like songs he made for it. If they were just throwing shit together for like a soundtrack. It's just a soundtrack. But nah, man, it's Michael Jackson. It is a um. I guess do we got a close second to Mike before we wrap this up? Like who's
As far
if
as
he's
what?
the if he's the like if he's the biggest act ever, like who's second? Staying like outside of composers. If a nigga says Mozart, I'm gonna just end this now.
If I'm going our culture, I'm probably saying Beyonce is up there.
Second biggest act. Uh,
I know Prince fans will say it's Prince, and well, Prince fans will even say he's one, but like
all this Prince fan shit is very funny because it's just like I don't give a fuck what these niggas think.
Don't turn this into that type of show, Justin.
It's Beyonce for sure. Just from the sense of like Will said, like our culture, because I'm not here to entertain any Beatles talk or any Elvis talk or any
No.
uh Billy Joel or fucking none of
I'm
that
not
shit.
arguing. I'm
None of
not
the white
arguing with
people
no.
from We Are the World. I'm not here to.
I'm not arguing with none of that about no Caucasians. Not today.
I'm not here for any of that. But yeah, it's Beyonce. But even to that, even to the power of Beyonce and the fame of Beyonce and the success that Beyonce's had, Michael Jackson is just another level
Nah, I
because
agree with that.
like it's like I said, man. It's only one Michael Jackson. It's only one Michael Jackson. It's only one Tupac. It's only one Kurt Cobain. Like there's only one of these types of people that speak to a generation and whose music is like that big of a deal. And just them as individuals are that big of a deal. Like Michael Jackson, that just as a person, like it's just that big of a deal. So yeah.
As a person, the only one who I think is like even like close to that is Jordan. Is probably would be like the next. How famous you are and how much traction your name carries is Jordan's probably number two. And even then, I would say it's like a comfortable number two. Like I don't think
Amongst what?
like just the level of if we're talking just fame and the power of a name, is Jordan is probably number two to Mike.
Nah. I mean, it's arguable. I'm not saying he like clear cut. He might, because you could argue he's not even like the fucking. You could argue like Michael Jordan isn't even like the second Michael.
He the second
Tyson?
Michael for sure.
There's the Chicago.
He,
He the second Michael for sure. I mean,
Mike
Tyson's
Tyson's just
Mike.
as famous.
So Tyson, I think if you want to go peak for peak, I think Tyson's got an argument. I think Jordan though does. I think Jordan's winning the longevity argument, which is kind of funny, just because of how they are as people. But I think
Tyson
Jordan's.
just had a fight 2 years ago.
I know, but like again, it's
And we all seen it. We all seen his ass out. We was
And he
there.
had his ass out on his look, but that's for you Prince niggas. That's for you. Like y'all like that.
like that.
But I mean,
that's what you niggas is into.
to like fame, if we talking like black people, like globally, because if
Yeah.
we talking globally, you got like other names. But if we talking black people, probably Michael Jordan.
It's tough. It
I'm not
is
trying to get
tough
into
because
it.
I think name wise alone is probably Michael Jordan. I would say. I think
Look, man,
name-
niggas.
But it's
like and I think just because I think the shoes just carry like
shoes carry a lot of
so
weight.
much weight.
Shoes do carry a lot of weight.
Like
But is
'Cause I
is
think
Michael Jordan? Probably so.
What
No,
you-
but we
what
talking
you-
about amongst black people. Like, is Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan more of a bigger deal amongst us than like Beyonce?
I think so. Now
don't know,
I just
champ.
learned.
I don't know.
because because I think if it wasn't for the shoes, like if it was just strictly based on like
Like the myth of
The
player.
thing they did.
the thing they did, I think is Beyonce. Like I think amongst the culture, like the Jordan shoe, it kind of put him over the top. I think. But
'Cause in the-
even with that though, like I don't know, Beyonce is different.
You think Jordan sold more shoes or Beyonce sold more records?
I don't know, but Beyonce had a stadium full of women and men, dressed like cowboys and shit.
Dressed like Django.
I'm not saying I'm again. That's again. It's
Mike can't
obviously
do that.
like. I don't know, man.
Mike missed the theme era though. Because Mike would have definitely had niggas out here in 90-degree weather and red
I don't know.
leathers.
Mike could probably get a bunch of niggas to show up in fucking Jordan gear. I mean, in Bulls.
Mike would have had niggas at concerts dressed like the Captain Crunch.
Oh, you talking about Mike Jack?
Mm-hmm.
So now even to that point though, one of the things that I was when we a few minutes ago, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I think even when you talk about somebody like Beyonce as famous as she is, I think the social media era has kind of taken some of the allure away from some of our biggest celebrities. Even though she's not as active on social media, I think
She don't say a
you
word.
get.
She posts a picture and don't say a comment. It's some of the smartest shit in the world.
But I think it's like you hear so many, you hear or see so many people speak out maybe against Beyonce, and like you would never see that against like towards Michael Jackson. And I would say it's because of social media. So
No, that's
I
fair.
think social media in a way has kind of
Amongst our
taken.
people.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's taken some of the allure away from some of the celebrities because, of course, like she's not a social media user, but just the fact that like you hear so many different voices or opinions about the different celebrities that we have.
Hey, Mike's follower count would be crazy. If like Mike made it to like Twitter and Instagram and shit, like I don't know who's the
In
most
theory.
I don't know
In
who's the
theory.
most followed, but I'm like
The reality of the matter is Michael
niggas will
Jackson
always tear shit down.
Michael
The
Jackson
longer you live.
deceased is looked at much differently than Michael Jackson alive.
Hey, look,
One
man, he was
thousand
clear,
one
man.
thousand percent.
The kids was lying. They were still playing like Mike when that shit was going on. They were playing Michael Jackson in my school. Like,
You hear more people saying they were lying now than in that
Than when he
time,
was alive.
and like
no, 1,000%. That
and
was at
the more time passes, the more that'll kind of get buried.
because if I'm right, the trial was I don't remember the exact timeline because that was going on at the time of passing because he wasn't cleared when he passed. Correct? Well, I know the kids. I don't. They didn't claim until a few years ago, but it's like they were like actually like in the midst of it because it was like, man. But yeah, no. Shout out to the movie, man. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna see it on Sunday. Shout out to Michael Jackson, legend. Rest in peace.
Stop saying you're gonna see it on Monday. You're gonna watch it on Monday. You're not going to see anything.
I'm 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 in one room. I'm gonna go to my living room. Um, but as we get into this next project, would this album make it on the short list of albums that never fully leave your rotation? Or do y'all have albums like that never fully actually leave? Like you would sit there and go like, "Damn, I ain't listened to that shit in like several months or even a year."
uh, I only have a few albums that like I'm constantly listening to. This isn't one, even though it is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah,
Well,
like I wouldn't say the album itself don't leave my rotation, but like it's definitely songs from the album that stay in rotation. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can say it's any album that don't leave my rotation, but I think it's a handful of albums where it's gonna always be a couple of songs from that album that stay in my rotation. Like I mean, off the top of my head, Western Road Flows is kind of one of those songs that's always in rotation for me. Even if I'm not searching for it, it might be on a shuffle or something. You know, just a shuffle or a playlist or something that I got. Um, that's usually one of those songs that come on pretty often.
I don't know. For everybody listening, Views is officially 10 years old today. So, Views, some of the stuff I want to get out of the way because it's just repeating ourselves, unless anyone's opinion has changed. This is still Drake's best album, according to us.
Yeah, for me, it's still his best album. It's his most like diverse album. I don't know if that's saying much, but it is his most like he took some chances on this album that in the long run have played out that I don't think he's really taken these chances on like future albums or even some of his albums previously. Like when you think about the something like the dance hall influence, different features he had, and obviously like he collaborated with Rihanna before and he collaborated with Future before. Those aren't like risks to take, but just kind of in the flow of the album it all works out well. So yeah, I still think this is his best album.
Yeah. Will, is that still your opinion? This is his best album?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I still got it as his best album, despite all the screaming Joe Budden was doing in his dirty tank top.
And there's so many moments around this album. like, and this album has his worst bar on it, which is how you know this shit is fire. Because the Taking the Risk was saying that Channing Tatum shit like out loud, and nobody's saying, nah, this ain't it, man. Like, somebody was supposed to
I don't know
in the studio.
He good for a few of those though.
Where you at with the album though, Justin?
No, this is
And
the
the reason
best album.
Okay, but I don't think, did you always have that stance though or no?
So the album that I or against the norm that I put higher than everybody else. Nah. Take Care. If we talking about like actual replay, no, I got the vinyl. But
Justin was I know what guy Justin was, which is kind of crazy.
see,
He was a Scorpion guy, but he
No,
always tried to tell
absolutely.
us side A. It's like that's not how it works, brother. That's not
Look,
how it
man.
works.
He was a
Side
Scorpion.
A has a run that is like it's
was a
just
Scorpion guy.
no, I am, and I have that much higher. I probably have that on any given day fighting for second place, and like it's that and probably nothing was the same right now. My second place for Drake.
I feel like I do feel like I remember me and Tony kind of being like on the same page as far as views from like the beginning of
No, that
like
could be true.
while everybody was trying to say it was ass.
Scorpion, mind you, when we did the Scorpion review, I was driving. I did that whole episode in a car because I drove from my place then to go drive up to where my wife used to live when she was with her parents, and I'm like, I drove up there and did that whole fucking episode from a car. Dedication. Do y'all remember? Because what 2016? Yeah, everybody was out of high school by this point. Tony, what year? What year did Tony graduate? I don't ever remember. I know I was for sure. I was out. I was 21. Nah, that was 20. Yeah, no, 22. What month did it actually drop? That's actually a better way to say it. If I know if I was 21 or 22. April. I was still 21.
What year did you graduate?
I'm 2012.
So what I think what's Tony? What 2014?
That's all. I forget if he's 14 or 15, but I think either way he would have been out of high school by this point.
No, that nigga about to be 30.
He might already be 30 low key. Like he just might have really had like this 15 plus year long game. Like nigga just kept putting his age lower. Like he's sitting there talking about.
He said these niggas ain't paying attention.
Facts. But do you remember like your real time view or like what was going on during this album? Like take yourself back to April 2016. You sell McDonald's?
2016? No, hell no. I was like fucking like 3 years removed from that shit.
Damn.
No, maybe like
McDonald's
two years. I think I left that in like either late 2013, maybe late 2013. I think because actually 2016 I was just about a year into like the field that I'm in now, so in like the utility industry and shit like that. Because I started that in 2015. I can't even start to tell you where I was at when View dropped. But I think, what day did it drop?
April today, April 29th.
Was that a Friday or when they were still doing like? Was that a weekday release? He did that.
To the what day? Let's see.
No, it was a Friday night. I remember that night. It was a Friday.
Bet.
Because I listened to it Thursday. And to the question, I was finishing high school. So it's my senior year, like last month, going into, and then I will be starting college in that fall.
What day did you say it was? April what?
April 29th, 2016. We exactly 10 years to the day. Today on Beats. Yeah, arrived April 29th. This nigga did an announcement on Beats Radio.
Yeah, I was
When that was a thing. OVO Sound Radio. I remember that. I remember that was a thing.
This shit. Well, so you were just so you're class of 2016?
Mm-hmm.
See, well, I told you this nigga been lying about his age for 15 years. Oh man.
Class of 2016? God damn.
What was
It's a good time. It was a good time.
what do you remember from like when this album dropped? Like how are you feeling about it in real time?
People hated it. That's what I remember. I remember people hated it. I remember O'Malley tweeted out, "We about to be off this bullshit. DC 4 coming soon." I remember that was a thing. DC 4 was fire though. Uh,
And they had a rough summer.
Was that before or after the fucking Sway freestyle?
Probably after that does not matter. That is irrelevant. That does not matter. What else do I remember? I remember just being on like Twitter at the time and like seeing people reaction to the album. Yeah, some people fucking with it heavy, some people hated it. A lot of people hated it, I should say. But I was fucking with it. You got the intro, kind of set the tone for it, and then he goes into some of the following records. But I was fucking with the album for sure.
Do y'all think, even back then, like, do y'all think that was like real hate? Do y'all think people really hate the album? Like, I feel like even at that time, I think was that kind of like peak Joe Budden podcast like time.
No,
It
that's
was
like
Like
the
not
moment that
not peak,
like
not peak like when it was at its biggest, but like peak where it was like he was probably his most viral. So it's like,
oh yeah, no, that clip.
That's more closer. Yeah, that's
so
closer.
not saying that that's when the podcast was at its biggest, but I mean it was the most viral, and it's like people like you kind of cling on to like just whatever somebody else is kind of saying, because I remember like all of that shit going on, and I'm like, what the fuck is these niggas listening to?
Yeah.
That shit was that.
But like
the
you
Joe
said,
Budden
he was
moment.
off Adderall, bugging out, you know?
The Joe Budden moment was nuts because it was funny as hell for the amount of times Joe Budden dissed Drake, and like that was the one thing people decided to listen to. And B, and I remember this. I don't listen to podcasts that much anymore, but like I remember back when Stave Stout Roy, they were like they used to post a clip, like they would preview the episode basically, and then put it out. And Roy was like, that preview went so crazy, they redid the whole fucking episode around the clip, and it was just like. They started looking at it and was like, damn, like, we doing numbers. And it's like, yeah, no, we going to redo this shit. Because they're like, this episode was some bullshit. Like, that moment worked, but this episode, we going to redo this. So it definitely, that got Joe out of here as far as, like, the extent of the reach of that clip and how big the moment was. And to the hate question, Will, is like, this I feel like was still at the time of, like, oh, Drake just need to put out a rap album. Drake need to put out a rap album. It's like, oh, we don't want to hear you sing. We don't want to hear like the half and half shit. And he doubled down on the half and half shit in this. I don't know if it's exactly half and half, but like still singing, still putting out those kind of records. Like Hotline Bling is still, I think, commercially like the biggest record from here. If I'm looking at this right, yeah. Hotline Bling was crazy. Well, I don't know. Hotline Bling or One Dance. What was more out of here?
I think Hotline Bling was like his big. I think that was like his first #1 record. No, One Dance was maybe. I forget. I'll go look at it. But Hotline Bling was a big record though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was both going crazy.
No, this nigga got Hotline Bling, One Dance, and Control on the same album. Like, if we just talking about
All
commercially,
right, let's not.
like,
Okay, I was about to say let's not put Hotline Bling in there like it's fucking. You know.
no, it's not. No, it's not as good as the other two. But I'm just saying, like, if you need an album to sell and you need your numbers to look good, those 3 records will carry you. What are?
Yeah, Hotline Bling was his first #1 single as a lead artist.
That's crazy. Hotline Bling, yeah, I guess. But yeah, no. So to close that up, like the hate part again, I think niggas just hated on the way like that Drake made music and the way that Drake made albums, and so it was just like, oh, we want to hear this specific sound, because it's why Take Care is still people have like different opinions on it. It's like, okay, do you consider Take Care a rap album, or is it just a Drake album, or he's doing a little bit of both? And so, and that's kind of
niggas
always
that just want to argue though.
I mean, that was the argument around early Drake's whole career. Like, he eventually
No, I'm saying
settled
I get it.
The what are y'all rolling with as far as like your favorites from this album? Like, just if you got it, like you said, well, you got a couple records that stay in rotation. Like, what are the records that stay in rotation for you?
I know I mentioned, I'm looking at the track list here. I know I mentioned Western Road Flows. Child's Play for sure is one. Uh, Views, which is the title track, that's one. I like the intro. I don't know if that's staying in rotation. You With Me, that's kind of in rotation for me too. Feel No Ways. Feel No Ways is definitely in rotation. Those are kind of be the ones I would roll with just off looking at it right now.
Just from a musical perspective, him and Rihanna are great on records together. I'm not gonna really expand, but like, just if we just talking music, like him and Rihanna are fantastic on records together.
The makeup lady.
So they should do more songs together.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna expand on it. I just like
I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. She don't even make music no more. My bad.
That's why. Exactly.
that's yeah. That was the
Ain't got
Anyway.
nothing to do with this nigga dissing her husband.
Man, look, I remember the night of, and it's the only thing I'm not going to revision is history. Rocky, you lucky Kendrick was throwing haymakers, nigga. Because he was on your ass on that second verse. I was like it didn't work out, but I'm like, man, he was, look, Tony, what's some like your go-to records, like shit that would still be in rotation for you 10 years later?
Western Road Flows is probably the only go-to record that I have from this. But there's a lot of records I still enjoy a lot if they come on, like Faithful, You With Me, Will Said, Nine, like damn near this whole album. Honestly, like if any of these records come on outside of pop style, like I'm gonna let it run. Even if Hotline Bling come on, like it's still a good time. So
The excuse me. That's as you kind of answered it in there is like, and we asked this with all these albums of like when you try to figure out like is something timeless, does it still hold up today? If this was Iceman, would this shit still work in 2026?
if this was Iceman, what you mean?
Like he's putting out an album. If the album he puts out sounded like Views, would that work in 2026? Especially considering where Drake currently sits, like where his place in music.
He can't do that anymore. Those days are over
like,
with.
I expected that to be the response, but that's what I like. Explain. Do you see? Because Tony's like an actual serious person, so like I understand his reasoning for this. But do you think he actually can't do this for the masses?
Yeah,
or
I really
do you
believe
just
that.
think like
I really
if
don't
he
think
puts out
like
you don't
Drake.
think if he puts out heat, niggas won't do it?
I don't
Niggas
think
won't
he
fuck
can
with
put out
it.
heat anymore. That's the problem. I really don't.
I was gonna say that's kind of
genuinely
what
don't.
I think.
I genuinely don't think he can. And it's not because like the Kendrick thing is part of it because that you can't really go through that and still come out on the other end like the same motherfucker. That's just natural. That's in anything. Like not just Drake, that's anybody. That's a lot to go through. But even before that, let's go back before that was even a thing. Drake wasn't a tastemaker anymore. He was a motherfucker that was riding waves. Drake was always the guy that at the very least he made a wave bigger. If he didn't start it, when he was on a wave, he made it bigger. He was not doing that for a very long time. And the beef outside of like just the all this shit, the beef showed that Drake can still make really good records. The problem is within those records, it's it's not it's not sustainable. Number one, and it's not honest. It's not honest. A lot of those records that he made was, and obviously it's a beef, like it's an ego driven thing. But a lot of those records were not honest. When he did back to back, and when he shot at other rappers and was subs for years and years and years, like it was from an honest place. It was from a real place. It wasn't from like a place of like insecurity and shit like that. And the album that he made with Party Next Door, like it produced hits. It produced really good records. Because he can do that, but he can't do it in a way we knew him to do it as. You know, we always knew Drake can make hits. That's Drake can make hits till he's 80. But it's the feel you get from the hit, and it's the impact that the hit has. I don't think he's that guy anymore. I would love to be wrong. I would love for Iceman to come out in his fire, and you get a sense of old Drake again. I just don't see it happening.
It's and so you and so I just want to make sure I'm clear, and then I'm gonna ask Will kind of the same shit. Is like, and you do think that shit is musically? Because like I know we all kind of like tossed dirt on the grave like during the height of the beef, and like we all kind of watched and was texting each other during the Pop Out show, and it was like. I think during
That's
the
the
Pop Out
thing.
show
We
was
didn't
like,
really have to throw dirt on the grave. It was it was being thrown on the grave for us. But like
no, it was like the Pop Out show. I was like, damn, can this nigga like actually put out music? And like it was like that was the most. I was like and then like the Super Bowl. Weirdly enough, I feel like the Pop Out show was even more damning than the Super Bowl. And maybe I'm wrong on that, and that's just like my own opinion. It was like the Pop Out show, that nigga played every fucking diss record. Like he came out the gate with Euphoria, and it was just like, oh, this he was upset. Nigga played that shit 10 times.
The CEO of Toyota was calling Drake a pedophile at the Super Bowl.
I'm aware, like I get it. I've been very consistent on that, and I'm like, again, from a personal perspective, like I get why Drake's upset.
It's one thing if the beef, if the beef stayed.
He could come up with a fire Toyota bar though. He could come up with a bar cold enough to diss the Toyota nigga.
If the beef stayed contained within our culture, that's one thing. It broke contain. It broke contain, and it got.
But it was always going to with those two. That's like
you couldn't have predicted that though. We couldn't have predicted that. At least I couldn't. I can't speak for y'all, but I couldn't have predicted that.
The Super Bowl, no, but like I had, y'all want to shit on white people? I remember hearing, like I had a white friend who literally like when it was, I don't quote me on exactly how many songs were out, but it was during that weekend, right? And he was just like, oh, Drake don't got a chance. And I'm just like, you don't even listen to rap like that. What? And he's just like, well, we know Kenny's telling the truth and Drake is lying. And I'm like, did you just call this man Kenny?
Kenny's telling
the
truth.
You don't know it. I'm like,
Jesus.
hey, I responded and I was like, look, man, I'm here for the songs. I don't know either of these motherfuckers. They could both be lying. But that's never mattered. Like being 100% honest. It was like the joke is like, nigga, no one checked if Hov was in fucking karate class. Like that wasn't the point of it. No one it was you just trying to insult someone and you trying to be clever. I don't know if all this shit. Like 50 and Ja Rule's another I don't know if everything 50 said was honest. He'll try to tell me everything was honest. I know some of it is, but like that's never been the focus of it. Yeah, that was a wild moment. And then so you just don't think Drake musically can do it. It's not just necessarily like, oh, well, you lost to Kendrick, so I don't want to hear it. Like you just don't think musically he's that guy anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean, and it's like I'm going to listen to the album. I'm not going to rush to listen to the album. It's tough because, like always, every opinion we give on this show is individual opinion. It does not reflect the entire show. But like
all my SGA slander is on me.
I can only take but so serious the raps of a nigga who sued over a rap beef. I can only take those raps but so serious. And
that will be tough.
I can understand. I've always said this from the beginning. I can understand Drake doing that, but you just can't do it. You just cannot do it. And like I said, man, if he comes out and this is a great album, dope. But it's just like this cannot be, which it will be, an album of everybody turn their back on me. Like, where are my real friends at? Like, everybody I looked out for, they turned their back on me. And this is going to be an album that has 21 Savage. You might have a Lotto first. Sexy Red. As much as I love Sexy Red, is going to have Sexy Red on this album. It's like, it might have my goat on the album, and it's just like, how I'm supposed to look at Hendrix the same way. So it's just like,
Oh, I thought you were about Hove.
You think Jay-Z gonna be on the fucking Drake album? Hell no.
Nigga, he on every other one.
Fair enough. But I
Like this
digress.
nigga shows
But
up.
I digress. It's a different
wants
day.
like
It's a different day. It's a different day. But yeah,
Oh.
man, like I think this album is being hyped up for us to get the same thing we got pre-beef. And and what we was getting pre-beef was just mediocre at best.
Nah, it was, and then Will, I want to ask you about how you feel about Drake's music in 2026. But like, I think it was like 2 episodes ago because like y'all had to remind me. Like I just forgot For All the Dogs was like a thing, and there was another one, and then it was honestly reminded. I was like, oh yeah, no, this nigga did have like 3 straight. Like I might never go back and listen to these projects again.
For
But that
All
just
the
didn't even like
Dogs,
click in my mind.
For All the Dogs got so slandered that like 2 weeks later he had to drop a mini deluxe of like raps because people was like, "What the fuck is this album?"
Hey man, what you feel about? I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds. But what you think about? Could Drake drop a Views in 2026?
I don't know. For me, it's like I'd have to see it. Like I don't know if, like I'm not gonna say he can't because I mean he didn't did it before, but I don't know if I'm looking for views in 2026 either.
That's fair. That's fair because Views, as great as Views is also a very at that time album. And if those records were to release in 2026, it might not hit the same because as much as we love it, it's not quote unquote a timeless album. It has a lot of
Right.
records that we might find timeless, but it's not a timeless album. So that is fair.
So it's like I can't really say what I'm looking for. Like I don't know if I'm the person to say I'm looking for this from Drake. Like I'll listen to it. But I think, like Tony said, like I'm not dropping what I'm doing to go listen to the album when it drop. As much as I like the fall off, like I didn't drop what I was doing to listen to that when that came out. So you know,
No, it's
like I'm hoping for like a dope album. Though. Like, cause I think even for me, like regardless of the beef, like number one, I ain't really get into like all of this shit like with these niggas outside of the rap anyway, cause I could care less about either one of them niggas. But
See, this is
like,
what's funny about having like friends with like responsibilities and like Tony cares about like real world issues. Will got kids. This is why like when I say like I'm sports obsessed is like because I obsess over sports in a way where I'm just like, yo, I know I made that shit way more dramatic than it needs to be, and I probably give myself like my heart rate is not normal because of that, and that's fine. I accept that. And then these niggas are like well-centered human beings, and I'm like, this nigga's worried about again real world shit. This nigga's over here got a family. I'm just like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna just be in my corner. Like, it's great, and it all works out. That's why everybody gotta be a little different, man. I'll be the one.
Yeah, so it's like I think even for me, like outside of the beef, like it's like yeah, you lost the war or the battle or however niggas want to view it, like as far as that. But it's like for me personally, outside of like that, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. Like either you gonna put out some shit that's fire or you gonna put out some shit that's ass.
I guess last question to the view shit before we get into the draft is Tony. You just said Views isn't a timeless album, but it's your favorite. But you still think it's Drake's best album. So does that then? I guess is a two-parter. Like, does Drake make timeless music? And for an artist who is as accomplished as him, like, is that a big red flag that like your best shit that you put out is not a timeless piece of work?
No, Drake does not. Drake doesn't make timeless music. He has a lot of great records that will still play. I think to make timeless music means you put together bodies of work that are timeless. Drake doesn't do that. Drake has timeless records, and that's just a singles thing. Like that's a song making thing. It's not a red.
Like,
Exactly. It's not a red flag on Drake because he played the game as it was presented to him. He got in the game at a time where CDs were on their way to becoming obsolete. Mixtapes ran the game, so whatever free music was king. rap didn't really have the biggest rapper in the world was just a rapper, which who was Wayne, who he was under. So it wasn't about your life. It wasn't about the story. It wasn't about real transparency about you as an artist. So when his peers that he's coming up with, the Kendricks, the Coles, the Wale's, even Big Sean to an extent, when those guys offer a little bit more transparent music and he doesn't, he had to stand out from that. And that's why he made himself kind of the not street version of Jay-Z. You know, like I always say, Drake is the last rap superstar from the sense of like the chains, the cars, the girls, the arrogance. And that's not a knock to him. You know, the
No, it was
arrogant
fly
way
for a decade.
the arrogant way he operated. Like so to that, like I said, it's not a red flag. He played the game. He played the game how he could play the game up until up until he couldn't play it that way anymore. Now where we're at now is how he played the game in 2017. He's still trying to play the game that way in 2026. We shooting threes from 30 feet, brother. You can't you can't take long twos no more.
You see I'm trying to think of who's like a ass shooting team. I mean, yeah, nah, it's he's like the every other Celtics game. Like nigga, you 6 for 30 from three. Like go inside, do something.
Don't disrespect my Celtics like that.
You know, and the thing about that comparison is that you want Drake to drive and take the layup. He ain't gonna do it.
Nah,
He
he gonna
ain't
pull
gonna
that
do
bitch.
it. He ain't gonna do it.
Will you think Drake make timeless music?
No, I'm with Tony as far as like the timeless songs, but I did want to like, what was the last timeless album y'all feel like we got from a rapper?
From a rapper, ooh,
And like, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
I
guess
think
also, what is your definition of timeless? Like, is it something that you feel like if it dropped today, it would still be great, or just something that you listen to today?
GNX and Let God Sort 'Em Out came out too recently, so I'll take those out
Yeah,
because I feel like those came out too recently for me to say. Before that, the last timeless album I think we got to me is
I'm trying to see if we going back to man. Uh, that's tough.
that's a great question.
Because for me, timeless is it sounds like the era it came from, so it don't necessarily got to be like great if it came out today, but it's the best. It almost feels like the best of that era, right? Like, for example, I'm just gonna use like a really basic ass answer is like I think that's the appeal behind Illmatic, right? Is like Illmatic is like this defining sound of an era, and we just assume and we just go like Nas was so great at it that like that album will forever hold up. That's a timeless album. Like for Reasonable Doubt, for example, is like Jay is not the same person as a 50-some-year-old that he was when he made Reasonable Doubt. But Reasonable Doubt still sounds like then, but he was so damn good at it that you don't got to be in 1996 to be like, oh, Reasonable Doubt is dope. Like you can hear that sound, that style, that era, and you can play that now, and it's just at the highest form.
I think the last timeless album we got that I can remember was 444. To me, I think there's been like album, like I think that was the last timeless album that I can remember listening to pre GNX, pre Let God Sort 'Em Out type of deal.
and what would you say before that? If you had to find something else before 444?
Dirty Sprite 2. Dirty Sprite 2 for sure. And that's
Not
15.
including Future.
Okay. To Pimp a Butterfly, that's the same year. To Pimp a Butterfly. And that's 2 years in between those albums. So if I say To Pimp a Butterfly, it's 2015, and 444 is 2017.
If we're not including the two recent ones, which I think we all agree on, is Culture would probably be that because to me, Culture feels like that era of Atlanta when Atlanta was the biggest thing out, it was
I
the
was
hottest
thinking
thing
that
out.
too. I was thinking that too.
It's like it's got the big ass records that would still go today. It's got the cultural impact of just who they are. Like that album is borderline perfect, and it represents a sound, and it's at its highest level. So culture would probably be the last one.
I like that pick.
Yeah,
So you got
'cause I'm
second?
even like, I'm trying to look like.
And what's your I do and then I do like your
Is
your
Victory Lap
definition that
timeless? You said Victory Lap?
Yeah,
Not to me, just because I don't think Victory Lap is like, to me personally, listening to Victory Lap always pisses me off because it's just like he he didn't have it yet, but he was
close.
so close. He was
Mm-hmm.
so close. And when you listen to Victory Lap, it's just like this this is such a nine. And I don't think any album, like, listen to Victory Lap, it pisses me off because he was so close to making that one that he wanted to make. And to many people that is Victory Lap, but for me as a rap fan and listening to the type of rapper that Nipsey was, that next whatever was after Victory Lap was going to be that one. It was going to be the 10 out of 10 all-time classic album.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that opinion at all. That like Victory Lap is always tough because again, it's like you obviously can't go back and change history, and so it's like, and the moment does matter. Some albums are absolutely elevated by the moment. That's just obviously the shittiest kind of moment to elevate, right? And so it's like it is really fucking good, and this is always my controversial California opinion. Victory Lap's not a classic album to me because I'm like there is five or six like really dope records, and we love Nip and we love what he did. I just think that kind of your point of like I almost feel like he could do better and he was on his way to doing better, and so it's like it's so close, but like we can't call every great album a classic, man. But Victory Lap is amazing. What were you gonna say, Will? I'm sorry I cut you off.
I lost it.
See, I'm even looking at this now. Like, I'm just kind of looking at shit that's come over like the last 10 years. Like, same kind of time frame to Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh no, so I was saying that I did like how you said like your definition of timeless as far as maybe an album that kind of helped define an era.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was asking Tony like what his definition was, like, or do you feel kind of the
For
same
a
way?
timeless album.
Yeah.
I would say number one, the songs can still play, and they don't sound dated. So to Justin's point, like even if it came out at a specific era when music sounded away, I can still play it today and not feel like, oh no, this don't hit the same way. If it's like true to the artist also, like it ain't nothing worse than listening to a album of an artist and it's just like he was following the trend of that time. Like if you listen to like timeless records, they should always be true to the artist, no matter what's going on around the album at that time. Like had Jay dropped 444 and that shit sounded like a Migos album or something, then it wouldn't have been true. It wouldn't have been authentic. Had the Migos dropped that album and it sounded like a knockoff version of Future or a knockoff version of a Young Thug, it wouldn't have been true to how they operated as a trio. So I think that the quality of the records over a long term, over a long frame of time, and just the authenticity of the album, like that is what makes something timeless.
Yeah, it's we were talking about obviously like Michael and Drake, like no one's quite commercially Mike, and that's fine, but Drake is one of the most, if not the most commercially successful rapper ever at this point. I think it's like Kim and Eminem are like 1 and 2 in almost all those categories. But it's like that's the difference in being like you could have all that commercial success, but like Michael's shit
Statistically,
still feel
yes.
classic.
Statistically,
Yeah, and that's
yes.
what I'm saying. Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like when
Because at at no point has Drake been bigger than 50 Cent from like '03 to 0,
Correct.
06.
Correct.
Oh no,
And
and
that's
we
where.
always talk about 50 Cent like as far as his peak being higher than just about anybody's
Oh
ever.
yeah.
Like as far as
Oh yeah.
rapping,
No.
like
Because you need that. To Tony's point, you do need that authenticity. And Drake has, even pre-beef, it was like no one was looking at Drake like that. To the timeless singles of it all, it's like, yeah, I could sit there and like, the Time series, and it's like, oh yeah, no, Drake was spazzing on that shit. A Western Road flows, like these records that Drake has in his catalog that we've always respected. But then when you start piecing together the projects, you just like, all right, man, like, yeah, no, this was dope or this one was great, but it's like they're not connected in a way where, not to just pit them against each other, but like Kendrick's shit being in album form the way it is, those being like the full bodies of work incomplete, that's a different feeling than what Drake has. And that's not even trying to be disrespectful. Again, we all love Views. Views is a fantastic album. Drake has a bunch of fantastic albums. He got a bunch of fantastic records, but there is a difference. Like,
but I think it's because Kendrick is like I don't know if I would call them concept albums, but like as far as like his albums follow a theme versus like Drake is kind of he just kind of he just on there rapping, he just throwing this shit together. What you was for to say, Tony?
Oh, nothing. I'm just listening.
Oh,
because, well, I also think like it's, yes, the theme of the album matters. Like, sorry, the album having a theme or like a defining point is also, I don't think every great album has to be a concept album. Like we'll stick with the one that's less controversial. Like the Carter 2 is Wayne's best album, right? That's not a concept album. That's not like, oh man, Wayne was getting super deep into his life, but it felt like a theme based on who Wayne was, where he was at that point in his life. He didn't have to sit there and give you a bunch of stories and go deep introspective, but that feels more put together than something like Views has a bunch of great records. Views is not like from start to finish put together in some way compared to these other albums.
I disagree with that. That's something that I don't think people give Views the credit for, actually. That's really Drake's only album where he's done that, where it is a concept album if you really listen to the record. Because if you listen to Views, it's a season, like the album is the seasons of Canada, or like just the seasons of like him if you listen to the album, because it starts off in like a very winter fall type of thing. The middle of that album, when we get to like the Controllers and the One Dance and Too Good and all of that, that's like spring summertime records. And then when you get to like the shit literally says summer's over when I think about it. The record is literally called, so that's signaling getting to the winter, which closes out the album.
That's
Now it's not
fair view.
conceptual in the same way that like Kendrick's albums are, conceptual in the way Cole's albums have been, stuff like that. But it does have a theme. I'll say that it is a theme It is a theme album, which he doesn't really have.
That's fair. Okay, maybe
I
Views is a
can-
bad example. Like,
yeah,
Take
I
Care
can
was
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying.
I think it's like, but I do think it's like a difference between a themed album and maybe a concept album.
Mm-hmm.
and again, like this is a weird way to phrase it, but like I guess my last actual statement is like Drake was untouchable for the most part, because there was always like these stories and shit and rumors and things said about him, and it was like he was still out here selling out stadiums, putting out records, like doing all these crazy numbers, et cetera, et cetera. And he did musically was untouchable, but that still is a different untouchable than like how 50 felt, than how Wayne felt, than how like there's been these other guys who, again, like there is such a way of, Tony always says is like, do we like you or do we not? Are you cool? Are you not? And Drake never has, despite all his success, fully hit that, do we like you? Are you cool? And you just can't give that to somebody that is simply based on like, I love Chris Paul. Chris Paul, one of my favorite players ever. Man, niggas didn't like him. Like, niggas didn't like him at all. And it's like, I can't go back. Great point guard. He's a Hall of Famer. You got all these accolades. I can't change the fact niggas don't like him. Like, that's a part of your story, bro. It is what it is.
Game is the game.
Facts.
But before we move, you mean untouchable musically in what way?
there were stories about niggas pissing on this man in a movie
Fair,
theater.
fair enough. We can move on.
I was
We
like,
can move on. We can move on. Fair enough. Very, very fair.
again, you brought up Kendrick bringing up whatever his weird ass friend is, and you like, oh, only thing I knew was
Oh
like
yeah,
Meek brought it
Baka.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I was like, I forgot Meek had brought it up, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's part of the difference. Niggas like Kendrick more than Meek. Because when it's the two niggas that a lot of people don't like, if I say something and you say something, but niggas like you, they're going to pay attention when you say it, and that shit matters. I want to get to the NBA playoffs here. Look, man, niggas know I don't like the way the Thunder play, but the Thunder swept the Suns. Cool. They probably gonna beat the shit out the Lakers, and they play them in the next round. Let's talk about a series that's less argumentative. Tony, are the Celtics beating the or will, if you want to claim as your Celtics, are they beat are they beating the Sixers?
Yes.
Joel Embiid looks he put in 30 minutes. He was healthy for 30 minutes.
Shout out to my nigga Joel Embiid.
You reviving the argument. Him or Giannis, who's better?
Both healthy. Both healthy. We know the answer.
It's fucked up because we really did used to go back and forth about that, and it's just like here we are in 2026. Like I wouldn't want to root for a team with neither one of them niggas on it. Like,
I mean, look, hey, it's them niggas. Would you rather them or Durant? Because they all three probably gonna be available.
God,
40.
the bad vibes crew.
Y'all still asking him to come be the best player on your team?
Could y'all win if there was those three together? Like just those three and like some like those three and us.
No,
Could you?
fuck no. Hell
That's
no.
a front. That's a front court that you only getting 40 games out of. But like,
What was it?
you getting 75 points, 42 nights out of the year. That's a hell of a. We gonna be crazy during those 42. We losing every other game, but like we gonna be crazy during those 42.
The Celtics still winning this series. This just like this is what they are. This is what they do. That's why it's just like any media conversation is so inauthentic if it's like that surrounds the Celtics, because it's like this is what the Celtics do.
The Raptors up 9 on the Cavs. Can we? Okay, look. I know he won a title, so this conversation is not fair.
Okay.
My previous superstar that I disliked, or I disliked the way that he played the most, was obviously I pushed back against James Harden a lot during his prime. He and SGA are in a different conversation. SGA has won. SGA's had great playoff moments. Different conversation. Should the Cavs be fined for malpractice though? That like out of everything they did this season to get ready for the postseason, they were like, "We gonna trade for James Harden," knowing damn well his postseason resume. Like, ain't that kind of franchise malpractice? Like, can we just say that?
I mean, they felt he worked better with Mitchell than Garland did, and there was a lot going on like between Garland and Mitchell of being able to play together. Because realistically, you can't have two under 6'3", 6'4" guards like it's your starting backcourt. That's just tough to have. Garland's availability was tough throughout the season, so at the very worst, you get a guy in Harden that don't miss the games. Like Cleveland,
He's not a man.
Cleveland trading for James Harden isn't like something to like shit on him about. They weren't
Especially
going.
trading Darius Garland for him.
They weren't going anywhere, whether they make the trade or not. They weren't going to be in a place where they could beat the Knicks in the 7-game series or beat the Celtics in the 7-game series. Shit, they might not beat Toronto in the 7-game series. So
Look, man.
so
Scotty Barnes is hooping.
I don't think that they should be crucified for that move. Like, and James had a great year. And like I always say, James Harden in the playoffs, it isn't that he's just a nothing. It's just in the big moment he is a nothing, and that's tough. So had they went up 3-0 or 3-1, it could be different.
Oh.
It could be a different situation. But at 2-2, That's when they get a little tricky.
Nah, see, because they screw. Because like, if the Raptors win tonight, right, the Raptors could go home and lose in Game 6. The Raptors might even throw Game 6. They might say, "Look, man, we don't want it. Y'all get it. We just gonna stay here, save the jet fuel. We just want James Harden in Game 7." Like that's what y'all going wrong.
That's the bullshit though. Like that's the bullshit because the real criminal is Donovan Mitchell. And James Harden catching the smoke is based on reputation. Donovan Mitchell been no-showing playoff games for a long time himself.
But Donovan's got like some 50-pointers in the playoffs. Like Donovan's got some.
James Harden has had some great playoff moments. Like I said, James Harden. It's not as if every playoffs you get in there and just James Harden 0 points. Like James Harden's had moments too. James Harden's taken a team to the Western Conference Finals at the very least.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
at the floor,
conference finals.
At the floor, he's taken them to a Western Conference Finals. Donovan Mitchell ain't done that. He ain't taking the team to a Western Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. He's blown 3-1 leads. He's done all the things.
So the stat that like is they've been killing him for in the playoffs. James Harden has 44 games in which he's had more turnovers than shots made. Like
Plays a lot of playoff games. Plays a lot of playoff games. I can't.
He does. LeBron, and I get it. It's not fair to compare nobody to LeBron. LeBron's at like 15. Like it's, and I think LeBron, the numbers even like LeBron's got 15, and if you take away exactly like Tim Duncan, then they get that
I
shit
didn't know
drops down.
Pistons Magic was playing.
Bro, I hate when they got these games going at the same time. That shit is like, y'all took away NBA TV, put the shit on 4 different streaming services. Like, y'all could have at least spread the games out where, like, I get it. Also, that I didn't realize, too, until, like, last week. Like, no NBA TV playoff games is a new thing. Like, just.
Does not exist anymore.
Paolo and
put
Cade
y'all out there.
About time.
Man, Cade.
39 for Paolo, 37 for Cade.
I guess we got a few more minutes here to the Donovan Mitchell of it all. Who are the players that are actually in, what's the tier? Like, the niggas who actually are care to criticize. So, like, I don't think Cade, even if they lose, I think Cade is young enough for, like, niggas ain't gonna kill him if they lose this series. He's just in a different age bracket. But, like, even if the Celtics somehow fuck this up, I think everything that's happened for the Celtics this year, like, they weren't supposed to be good this year. Like, Tatum was out most of the year. Like, it was supposed to be a rebuild year.
That's not how that worked, brother. I'm sorry to tell you. That's just not how that works.
Let's say, like, who
They won
like,
60 games.
Who is actually going to get killed if they lose in these playoffs?
If they lose in the playoffs or if they lose to the Sixers? You talking about Celtics? You talking about Celtics Sixers or the whole playoffs?
Just the whole playoffs. Like, who are the players that are actually going to get killed if their team, and let's say this, like, underperforms, right? So, like, if you lose in the finals, all right, whatever. If you make a Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals, we don't think you were supposed to be there. Like, who are the players that are actually going to get killed because we view them in that light? Because I don't think niggas view Donovan Mitchell in that light, and he's great. I just don't think people view him that way, which is why Harden gets more of the criticism because, I mean, at their peaks, Harden was just a better player. Like, even if I didn't like the way he played, like, Harden was just a better player, flat out.
I mean, no,
and more historically relevant.
The Donovan Mitchell thing of it all is just that he never gets any shit for his shortcomings in the playoffs. That's the thing.
Utah and Cleveland will do that to you.
Yeah. who will get shit if their team doesn't?
I don't think I was gonna say the Pistons. So Cade ain't gonna get shit, but I think it's because niggas like Cade.
This is true.
But I think I seen people like killing Paolo after like the first like game or two of the series.
Hey,
people been killing Paolo all year.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
nickname?
one of the. What happened?
They call that nigga PB No J.
I have heard.
So like it's like Paolo was getting killed for like the Magic, maybe getting their ass kicked by the 1 seed the first couple of games, or I mean I guess even for them being an 8 seed when I think a lot of people had them projected being
They were
maybe
projected as
top
the
4
third most
team.
wins in the East. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a top 4 team in the East. So it's like I think niggas like Cade, so Cade and the Pistons won't get killed for losing. But I think which Thompson twin is over there? Asar?
That's Asar. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them niggas better get their offense together.
That's a fact. You don't want to be the best in the planet until niggas go fucking 0 for 10 from the field.
Well, because it's like,
You can't hit a jumper.
you know, the first couple of years they look at it and they say like, oh, like, you know, he get a jump shot or he get a little bit more offense to him. He gonna be one of the best two-way players. And now when you get to year 3 or year 4 or year 5 and you still just only a defender, it's gonna be like, all right.
That nigga doesn't exist, by the way. It's like the niggas who actually get a jump shot, like after getting in the NBA, is like they project it for everybody. But like that player it comes along. Who the last nigga like get a jump shot after being like a super athlete?
Like who?
Kawhi.
Yeah. Like Blake got a jump shot after, like in Detroit. Blake had
But that was after his athleticism started fading.
Correct. Like J Kidd did it. Now J Kidd did it way the fuck later in his
That
career.
nigga was 40.
So it's like, he said, "This is all I can
He
do."
became a sharpshooter. Can't leave him open.
Like Durant's
That's
been
Kevin
getting a
Raptors
lot of
game
shit.
was 92-90 in the third quarter.
So who would be
KD is
I guess
getting
it was
like
somebody
killed.
who is somebody that got a jump shot like later in their career though? Or not later in their career, but like maybe like while they were still like at their peak athleticism. So
Jaylen Brown, actually.
Jaylen Brown is one.
Jaylen Brown is probably the most recent one we've had.
He even improved his dribbling.
Literally. Literally.
DeMarcus Cousins did it to his credit. DeMarcus Cousins got like a real like mid-range game, started shooting threes. Like he was
But
DeMarcus Cousins came out of Kentucky.
I think so. I don't even know if I want to count like DeMarcus Cousins because I don't know that he couldn't do that before versus like him coming in when he came in. That still wasn't a thing that big men did. Like as far as like that wasn't in the game plan. Like coaches telling you don't do it type shit. Like so. He could have had that shit from the jump, and we just didn't know. There's like getting the paint.
I don't think there's a player in these playoffs to where if their team don't win, he going to catch like major shit about. I just don't think is like that guy in the league. Like if the Thunder lose, let's remove like the first take of it all. Like the Thunder just won the title last year, and many people feel like the Spurs can beat them. So it's like I don't really see that.
Good money.
I don't really see that being a thing. We're not going to throw that at the Spurs because a lot of people think they too young and inexperienced anyway. It's not going to be the Lakers.
It's like LeBron is too accomplished.
Minnesota's hurt.
Won.
Minnesota's hurt to shit. If Denver
Jokic
does
loses tonight, if
Denver
loses,
it'll be Aaron Gordon's hurt and no Peyton
Niggas like
Watson
Jokic, I think it's too many players. Ain't no players in the playoffs that niggas hate.
I'm gonna be
So
real.
it's like outside of KD and maybe LeBron, like those are probably the two that get the most hate, and those are the older two. But
had he played all year, it would be the
else.
Celtics. It would be Tatum. Had he played all year, it would be Tatum. But because he has not played all year and where he's at this fast, he'll get grace this year. So I don't think we're in that place right now. If Ant was healthy and they lost, it'd be Ant. Ant would be number one, I think. But
I think it'll be Tatum. I think Tatum is probably
no. If
LeBron and
for
KD.
sure, if he was healthy, it'd be Tatum. Yeah.
Tatum is probably outside of like the older players. Like Tatum is probably the most hated player in the league. I be telling
people, bro.
If he didn't, because like he has these moments, and I get it, and I don't. Maybe it's just light skin thing. Is like he's got these moments that he plays out in his mind, and he's like, "Yo, this shit gonna be heat." And I've done this a bunch, where it's like, "Yo, this shit gonna look so dope." And then he does it, and the world's like, it don't look like that. Like,
It's not.
the Kobe
I'm telling
text
you.
set him back so far.
No,
And it was like
don't talk to me about no social media shit. I don't care
That
about
shit, no. The
Like,
Jason
that's-
Tatum hate is strictly because Jason Tatum is light skinned. He got curly hair. He went to Duke. He plays for the Celtics. If Jason Tatum played for the fucking the Lakers, people love him. If he played for the Cavs, he'd be just a great player people talk about. He catches everything you hate about a motherfucker.
But
Like-
I think even yeah, so I got him. He would be number one, but even Ant, like I think the Ant thing.
Niggas love Ant.
No, but niggas love Ant, but it's like I think niggas are willing to criticize Ant, even though Ant probably has the worst second option in the playoffs.
Damn, Julius Randle. So I'm gonna do it. I'll just be straight up. Like I got like 2 potential openers for tomorrow morning. If Denver loses, they lose bad. Like the conversation we had like over text messages, I'm like, you can't be Jokic and be this guy who's not just like you're not just one of the best players now. You are already in that class of like niggas have you in the top 15 to 20 players of all time. Giannis is in this same boat. He's just hurt right now, so like taking it easy, cool. But Giannis is under the same thing where like you can't come off winning a title and then go 3 straight years and like get bounced super early in the playoffs.
You can't say that because y'all always tell me how Jokic don't care about basketball anyway.
I'm not the nigga saying that. I'm saying what I'm gonna say.
You ain't never said that.
He hasn't got bounced super early 3 straight years though.
He's gonna go second round, first round, second round, or sorry,
No, he's
second
gonna-
round, or 2 second rounds and then first round.
Yeah, but that's not super early. He lost 2 game 7s to the motherfuckers. He lost game 7 to the team that he lost
Thunder
to the
last
Wolves.
year.
Twice he lost to the Wolves 2 years ago. To the Wolves.
He lost
Yeah,
game.
he lost
He
to the
lost
Wolves
game
2 years
7
ago.
to the champs last year, and then he
And then if
lost
he
first round
loses-
this year.
And to no Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves, like how this now the game does matter. I'm not gonna say like if Minnesota goes out of their mind and like hits some crazy shot, that's obviously different. But like
But
if they just
they're
get
not
whooped
losing
tonight,
to teams they're better than though. That's the thing.
No, they're better than this version of Minnesota.
They were. You could argue that. You could
With
argue
the injuries, which is gonna be half the series now without Minnesota's backcourt.
that. Without Ant
They
and
are-
Dante, I don't think they're losing. But that's another thing. For like, I don't think they're fucking losing to. As great as Io played, I don't think they're losing to this version of Minnesota. It's just not enough juice.
I agree, but that's why
But-
to me it's damning if he does. Because I think
Fair.
Giannis got the same shit.
Fair,
Giannis won a title.
But to my point, they weren't better. They weren't better than the Minnesota team that they lost to in that series, or at least it wasn't a great matchup for them with Cat and Gobert. We seen how Gobert had the motherfucking handcuffs by itself. So, and then last year they were not better than that Thunder team. We all know that.
Oh yeah.
So.
no. But he was still felt like the best player. That Thunder team was clearly better. He was because we were even talking about it where it was like, and probably like halfway through this season, it was like the Thunder only lose to him. Now Wemby has changed that equation obviously because how great the Spurs have played, how great he played. But there were like last year that Thunder team, the only nigga that really gave them 2 niggas gave them hell, and it was Halliburton and it was Jokic. Like everybody else, they put in a fucking lock. How the best defensive team in the league, all that shit. Even the Thunder came out and was like, yeah, man, what the fuck you want us to do with Jokic? They put Caruso on him and just said, hey, fuck it, dog, we ain't stopping him anyway. Like, you go out there and throw some fouls. Like, they don't call them shits anyway. But
The
I would
Giannis
slander
shit is
Jokic.
different though, because they was better than the teams they was losing to. Like the Bucks was better than the teams they was getting their ass beat by. Like that
what they
Celtics
kept
team,
losing
they
to
didn't
teams.
have Chris Middleton. They didn't have Chris Middleton when they lost in 22. So that's a mulligan. That Heat team was a play-in team, was an 8 seed. They should have beat that team, and he had got hurt in that series.
I was like, that's when his
20
back went out, right?
24.
Like
He
Giannis
came
back?
back. He came back for the last game and didn't want to take the last shot. So it was like that's fair. That's closer to fair, I say. 24. They lose the Halliburton the first time, and that's I think he missed time in that series too. He didn't even play in that series. He didn't even play in that series. And then Dame got hurt in that series. And then last year, they didn't stand a chance beating that fucking Bucks team didn't stand a chance, especially after Dame was already hurt and then he tore Achilles. Like the context of these things matters. So, and it's just like Jokic and Giannis have been the best players, yes. But they haven't been the best player in the way LeBron was the best player. They haven't been overwhelmingly the best player, the clear cut best player at these points in times.
Facts.
Because when Giannis had the crown for that brief time,
LeBron, like
when Giannis had the crown for that brief time, you could still argue Bron, you could argue KD, you could argue Jokic. When Jokic had the crown for that brief time, Shea was on his heels, Giannis was on his heels, Luka, if that was your get down, wasn't mine. But if that was how you wanted to play it, you could. So fifth. It's like these guys, as great as they've been, and we for the most part have given them the title at that time, it still was like, I don't know.
So no one's, and again, for LeBron's example, is like, there's one other nigga in history who was like, he was the best player like Bron. It was like, all right, cool. He was either 23 in Cleveland or he was 23 in Chicago, and it's like, well, that ended that conversation. I still, again, the way this series is played out, I'm a slander Jokic in the morning if he lose. I'm gonna just say that. Like, I'm a slander him.
Okay, we about to wrap up, everybody. But you gonna slander Jokic if they lose. So that means he's not the best player in the world. Who is the best player in the world, Justin?
Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world. Because let me say no. Because here's 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds, and because there's expectations that come with that. One of the reasons why Bron held that shit for so long was not just because the eye test. This nigga was in the finals every gosh damn year. So you just watch.
He would have never lost to an Anthony Edwards Timberwolves team.
I don't know that. I don't know that. But what I'm saying
Stop it, Kenny. Because
stop it,
Kenny.
The same way.
What was the worst team? What was the worst team LeBron James lost to?
In the playoffs?
10 years he made the finals.
Take your pick. It's either like they're not a bad team, but like because they were all older.
Answer the question because the nigga made it to the finals for 10 years straight. He was not losing to no Anthony Edwards Minnesota Timberwolves team.
But I don't know Jokic has done that because hear me out on this.
No, but I'm saying it wouldn't have been an if.
That's in hindsight, yeah. But LeBron was down the one series against a young Tatum and Brown. LeBron was down against, man, I'm blanking on somebody here because he kept sweeping the fuck out of Detroit and Toronto. But there was competitive series. Here's where Jokic is, in my opinion, and you get this until you lose it. If they win this series, and then he beats the Spurs in the next series. To me, you can't say Wemby's better than him because the last time he played Wemby, that nigga gave him 40 and hit a shot where he said, I don't give a fuck if you 10 feet tall, nigga. I'm going to put this bitch 30 feet in the air, and he switched it in his face in the fourth quarter. So if he loses, you can't say Wemby better than him? No, if he loses, you can. I'm saying if Jokic beats the Timberwolves and then he beats the Spurs in the next round.
But if he loses to the Timberwolves, you say he's still the best player in the world. So how can he?
No, he's not. I would say he would lose that. He would lose that.
So, Tony said if Jokic loses, who's the best player in the world? And your answer was Nikola Jokic.
No, he said. I thought he was asking generally, not just strictly speaking. If he loses, if he loses, then it's Wemby. I'm not giving to. I'm not.
But that was your question, right, Tony? You were saying if he loses to the Timberwolves, like who's the best player in the world?
Okay, my bad. Then I misheard the question. I was just saying I thought it was like before the series is over. Like today, him down 3-2. Is he still the best player in the world?
Today, who's the best player in the world?
Nikola Jokic.
Okay, you said what is the scenario for him to be in front of Wemby? You said if he beats the Spurs, he's better than Wemby, right?
Correct.
And
He
I'm
gets to
assuming
hold that title for at least one more year.
say if he beats the Thunder, he's better than Shea. Just yes. If you already think he's better than Shea, yes.
1,000%. I think he could lose that series and he's still better than Shea.
Fair enough. Disagree, fair enough. Whatever. Everything you just said about Nikola Jokic is the same fucking thing they say about Justin Herbert. And you, of all people, have just made Nikola Jokic for the best player in the world.
No.
You just if-man Nikola Jokic.
Has a ring.
Okay.
When did you feel like LeBron stopped being the best player?
2021.
So that season after the Lakers won the title?
When Giannis won the title, I thought Giannis was the best player in the world.
Okay, so you had to see LeBron actually lose, and I forget the Lakers playoff run the following year.
You can't just what you're about to do. You cannot sit here and tell me I can't compare niggas to Bron, and you about to compare Jokic to Bron.
No, what I'm saying
because you're about to tell me I gotta see Jokic. I gotta see
Jokic
lose for me to not think he the best player.
Because you gotta see
let him go, yeah. Okay.
Nah, when niggas
I just seen it for 3 years in a row.
Down 3-1. No.
Come on, Justin. Let him go. Let him go, Tony.
Look, man. Look, this ain't the Joe Budden podcast. We ain't about to be screaming at each other. I'm saying we'll reconvene in 2 weeks. Because here's my question: Would y'all say Jokic is the best player in the world if he make the finals this year?
No.
You don't think if he won this year, you don't think he's better than Shea and Wemby?
No, because I'm not going to take away the last 6 months of basketball.
This nigga just led the league in assist and rebounds.
Shea just averaged 33 points, Justin, on 50% shooting again. And as a plus defender, I don't give a shit about what Jokic does offensively. He's a minus defender.
You know Justin. Defense, yeah.
Shea's a plus defender. What are you talking about?
I ain't never heard of
just because you don't like how he played basketball, Justin. That's a personal problem.
I'm not going to let you take away Will Chamberlain's defense. I've never heard somebody go like, "Yo, no, Wilt wasn't a plus defender." So I don't know. Nigga averaged 50. I ain't never hear a nigga say anything about his defense. I just know the nigga averaged.
The nigga that averaged 5 blocks a game. They never said nothing about Wilt's defense.
They just threw that stat on Basketball Reference 2 weeks ago.
Because I needed Basketball Reference. I needed Basketball Reference to know that the 7'5" nigga could block shots. I needed Basketball Reference for me to know that. What are we talking about?
Hey, look, I saw the same Bill Simmons shit. Bill Simmons tweet like, nigga, hey, he got 5.6. He ain't even the all-time shot block leader for a season. That's some random nigga who played in the 80s. Oh man. Look, man, we'll see at the end of the season. I think it's close with those three. Because if that's the case,
you want it to be close with those three. It's not really close with those three if we're going off of this season of basketball.
One led the league in assists and rebounds. One's the best defender on the planet, plus gives you 25. And the other's the most efficient guard since Michael.
And guards.
That's fine.
Don't try to make Shea a non-defender. Don't try to make Shea a non-defender.
I'm not saying he's not a defender. Who's a better offensive player, Jokic or Shea?
All around offensive player? I don't know.
I think it's debatable.
It's not debatable?
No.
He just averaged 30 for the fourth straight year on 52% shooting. Justin, what are you talking about? Just because Jokic averaged more assists?
27-11, and I'm aware field
Shea's
goal
not
different with the big man.
It's Shea's fault he not 7'1". Sorry. What are you talking about?
What about Shea? How many assists did Shea average? Like 5?
What?
4?
Maybe.
I don't even know if he averaged that much, to be honest with you. So Jokic shot 57%, was a 38% three-point shooter.
He better shoot 57%. He's the biggest player on the court. Shea's putting up the same scoring numbers Jokic does at a shorter, weighing less. He's putting up the same efficiency.
Wemby put up 51%, and he the biggest nigga on the planet.
Wemby weighs less than Shea does. That's more of a credit to Wemby, if anything.
That might be right. I don't
So,
know.
all right, so side note.
That might be right.
Hold on, let me see.
And let's get ready to wrap up.
He 235. This nigga got some weight on him. He 235.
It's distributed differently, sure. He can get that up. What you was about to say, Will?
He averaged 6.6 assists.
Okay, that's more than I thought. So that's fair.
What was the shooting percentage exactly?
Who SGA's he shot
He's 51.
55.3 from the field, 38.6 from the three, 87.9 from the free throw.
Come on, bro.
How many free throw attempts he take a game, Will?
9.
Let's see if they got.
He takes 9 free throws a game.
9 attempts a game.
He makes 8. 8 of his 31 points come from the free throw line. This is the 4th straight year he's averaged 30 plus on at least 51% shooting.
I don't know, man. I hear niggas talk about playing Shea, and it's like, man, he manipulating the refs. I hear niggas talk about Jokic and Wemby, and it's like, yo, I'm just praying God don't.
It is kind of crazy though, like because only one Shea is 55%, Jokic is 56% from the field.
Yeah.
They pretty much identical from the three, and Jokic averaged 7.4 free throws a game.
Getting the shit beat out of him. It's just, again, it's a different look, but it's different argument for a different day, man. Hey, appreciate everybody for coming through today. Don't forget, check us out. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Tony gonna get off this thing and say horrible things about me.
No, I don't. This is such a nothing argument because you're wrong. Like I don't really feel a need to get into that.
And Shea plus minus is higher too. For those who care about that.
But the plus minus, he on the best team in the league. The plus minus, I don't really give a rip about because Shea's team is just considerably fucking better than Denver's. Like, oh man, don't forget Apple, Spotify, wherever you get us on podcasts. Check out the YouTube, check us out, TikTok. Hey, let the comments fly. Y'all can say whatever the fuck you want about me. I'm also kill Adam Silver in the morning, but that's because of the stupidest fucking thing I've seen in weeks. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. We're going to catch you next week.